and we don't want to be our dads because dad's too busy, or dad is wondering why mom doesn't like him because the world has shifted underneath him and she has adapted and changed and he hasn't. We don't have a picture. So what we don't want to feel is lost and confused. And so what do? We go to Google now. We used to go to our older brothers or that cool kid in the neighborhood. The story's been the same throughout history. I need to not feel like this. What's the avenue? Sweet. Muscles, I'll get them. What's the avenue? Women, I'll get them, right? What, or just casual sex all the time. And what you find on the other side of that is that's just as hollow. It's just as hollow, if
Oh,
not
yeah.
more so, because now you have shame. You've got a trail of people you've hurt along the way. And so what if, and this is something I'm trying to break in my own home. What if my son knows that my dad is fair? I see my dad exercise every day. I see how my dad treats my mom. I know one thing, that when hell comes for me, my old man will be right there. What if my son could anchor into that and then rappel off the side of the world and go solve some of the world's big problems instead of sprinting over the side without a parachute, diving off because he'll show me? One of those is infinitely sustainable. The other one of those, man, congratulations, you got your medal. And I'm going to golf clap for you. And now you got a lonely 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70 until you die of a disease of despair because nobody wants to be around you. It's just a reimagination. And I don't think it starts with kids. I'm just not in the business of blaming kids. I'm in the business of blaming the adults in the room, myself included. Let's be about the change. And the change starts with relationship and modeling what healthy masculinity looks like, what healthy strength and healthy good men look like, right? That's where the conversation has to begin.
That really hit home because it's partly why I started the podcast, because I didn't feel like I wasn't like these people that was, oh, I'll go pick this girl, cocky, brash. And I started looking, going, that's not me. And I struggled for many generations, like just year after year. And when my nephew, the oldest nephew, was born, I realized that I wanted a better world for him. So I started to try to find these people, make a better self, so I could be a better brother, uncle, etc. And now I love the fact I can introduce my audience, it sounds so pompous, to people like yourself who bring out these amazing books. I mean, you were the first person that mentioned how anxiety is, it's an alarm call that that's shouting at you that something isn't right here. It's a message. It's like a messenger to
Mm-hmm.
what's happening. It's not the actual problem. You go to a doctor, I'm anxious. They'll give you a beta blocker,
Mm-hmm.
on you go, because they haven't got the time to give you long term checks and analyzation and all these sort of things. Do you find then that we don't understand anxiety for what it is, and that's why you needed to sort of explain it so beautifully in your book that guys are not, we're dealing with the problem, not the actual message behind the problem?